Hello everyone, welcome back to Motherload UK. We're 38 weeks and 5 days pregnant today. We have 9 days left until due date and I am getting nervous. So there's a few things to update you on. Sam still doesn't have a brain. What I meant to say is there's a few things to update you on. One of them being a rather funny mishap on our part. I mentioned it in the weekly vlog, which is going to come up on Sunday. The kid is kicking. This might happen a few times. I might have to stop a few times because she likes to use her feet at the moment, or her knee. I'm not quite sure which, but it bloody hurts. I've just eaten my lunch, so I think that's probably why she's kicking about in there. But let's get comfy as I could possibly be. So I saw my midwife yesterday and all is really good with Lumi. We did my birth plan and it that was the moment where it sunk in that I'm gonna have a baby soon. So we went through all of the specifics, like, do I want the vitamin K injection for her, which I do. Do I want the injection for the active exiting of the placenta, which I do, because as far as I have researched, having an active, so having the injection to help your placenta come out, can actually minimize the risk of a postpartum hemorrhage / retained placenta, which is part of the reason why Scout's labour was as bad as it was. For me, as much as I would love my body to do everything naturally, I don't feel as though that is an option for me. It is an option for me. I can choose not to have it, but I would feel safer in having the injection and being a bit more proactive with the removal of my placenta than letting my body do it naturally, because I really want to minimise the chances of me having another retained placenta / postpartum hemorrhage. So that is the kind of thing we went through yesterday, and it really did hit me, and I was like, oh my god, that means it's soon. And as I'm sitting here talking about it, I'm like, yeah, it's 9 days away, Sam. It is soon. It's very soon. We also talked about the chances of if my labour becomes a home birth. So the company I'm with, One-to-One Midwives, they are advocates for home birthing. And I went into this with them knowing that I didn't want a home birth. I'm not comfortable, as much as I would love to do it, I would love to experience it. I'm not comfortable because of what happened with Scout to let myself do that. I don't think that is very sensible in my head to choose to do that, and especially because nothing happened with Scout until after he had been born, and then everything went a bit south. So I don't want to put that stress on everything if we were to be at home, if that makes sense. At least if we're in the hospital, we're in a hospital. If it happens again, we are there already. We don't have to get an ambulance in, nothing like that. But we did go through, like, if my labour progresses really quickly, and if it does become a situation where a home birth happens, then what would happen and things like that, which was nice. And that actually reassured me a lot, because Scout went from, like, I think we went from a 6 to 10 really quickly, and it all kind of happened so fast. So we just want to keep an eye on things and make sure that it's a comfortable, positive experience this time round than like it was last time. We then went on and checked Lumi. Her heartbeat was great. We were listening to it going up a little bit every time I laughed, or if I talked to her, or if I sat there and poked the side of my belly where she keeps kicking me, and her heart rate went up a little bit, which was really cute. We measured her and she's perfect on the measurement scale, and she is head down still, which I honestly didn't think was going to happen. I honestly thought that I was going to get to this point and I was going to see Grace and she was going to come in and say, Sam, she's sideways again, she's completely flipped again. But no, she's head down and she is engaging and she is going in the right direction and we are ready to go. So any day now, Lumi, that would be great. because I am over it. So I honestly thought that last weekend was going to be the weekend that I went into labour, because I had the most intense cramping all weekend, and nothing of course. So this week I've just been plodding on through. I've had so much SBD pain this week. It has been unreal. Walking is difficult. I'm waddling. The waddle is real. I am literally like side to side waddling whilst I walk now. It is obvious I am incredibly pregnant and incredibly uncomfortable. So those have not been the great things this week. I've just been quite uncomfortable and heavy and sore, and especially first thing in the morning after I've been asleep, everything is just seized up and not moving the way it should. So I'm very much looking forward, as much as I'm looking forward to having my baby in my arms, I'm also looking forward to being able to not hiccup all the time. I'm also very much looking forward to being able to walk in a straight line and not feel like someone has an axe like between my legs in my pelvis. This week's been tough on the old body, but good for Lumi, because she's done her growing and she's gone a bit further down to where she needs to be. So yeah, it's been in a bit of a swings and roundabouts kind of week. And then yesterday hit. And this is nothing to do with Lumi's progression or her development, I guess you could say. But you're probably wondering what I mean in our thumbnail this week. And that if you haven't seen the thumbnail, if you've just clicked on this without realising that the thumbnail says, we changed our baby's name. We had to change our baby's name yesterday and come up with something new. So she's still Lumi, she still will be Lumi, but I announced way back that her name was going to be Lumi Lovelace Jones. And the Lovelace for us came from Ada Lovelace, the daughter of Lord Byron. She was one of the very first women to work in computer programming. She was a mathematician. She was a very, very clever lady. And if you don't know, Liam does a lot of programming. He does a lot of computer stuff, coding, that kind of stuff. That's his area of expertise. So it meant a lot to him. And originally we toyed with the name Ada, but I never really gelled with it like Liam did, and it wasn't really my favourite. And we decided that Lovelace was a good happy medium, and I really liked it because it still had the connection to Ada Lovelace for him, and I also liked it that it had a good, it was a good like hippie, the flower child name, and I kind of love that. I find it really, really sweet. So that's what we decided, and she has been that for probably the last 20 weeks, until Liam was talking to one of his friends yesterday, and his friend chirped in, "You do know that Lovelace is the name of a porn star." And we didn't. Neither of us knew, neither of us realised, no one had told us to this point, no one had pointed it out, that Lovelace is also the surname of, she's kicking me in the ribs again. Oh. Lovelace is also the surname of Linda Lovelace, who was the big star of the rather well-known American porno Deep Throat. So we had a mild panic and thought, we cannot do this to our unborn daughter. We can't do it to her. I mean, thank goodness that we hadn't registered her name. Thank goodness that no one had told us after we had had her and registered her name, because we definitely would have gone down the route of changing her name after the fact, because all I had pictured in my head was her doing things and having to fill forms out, or being asked her full name and, you know, hearing middle name and her having to say Lovelace, like Ada Lovelace, not the porn star. Yeah, that's my middle name. I didn't want that to be her motto of life. So we swiftly decided not to use it. It was a very easy decision to make, as much as we were both quite bummed out about it. And then we went back to the idea of Ada, but again, I still didn't feel like I was gelling with that name, and I didn't like the way Lumi Ada sounded. Lumi Ada Jones to me didn't flow, doesn't flow, and I don't love it. So we sat there and we were trying to think of other female programmers, other programmers that might fit in with her first name. We didn't want to change her first name to fit with a new middle name. We still wanted her to be Lumi, especially because we have things with her name on it. Liam was reading up about Ada and what the meaning of Ada was, and in the article it came up with that it has meanings similar to Adeline or Adelaide, and I said, there we have it. So she is now no longer Lumi Lovelace Jones, no longer named after a porn star. Sorry child, sorry, please don't hate me. I can't wait to tell her this story when she's grown up. She's now going to be named Lumi Adeline Jones, which I'm kind of liking a little bit more, I'm not gonna lie. It still has the ADA, like the Ada of Ada Lovelace. It still has that connection for us. We still know why her middle name is that, but it's not Ada, which is the name I didn't like. I do like Adeline, I find it really pretty. It has the same meaning, it means noble, and it also means that she will have the same initials as Liam, which is quite sweet as well. So I think we've done okay, but it's not something I thought that we would have to do a week and a half before she's born, is rethink her middle name at all. Family members, friends might be quite happy that we aren't naming her that anymore, but why did no one tell us? So apart from that big mishap, there hasn't actually been much else going on. We've cleaned the car this week. We have, I think we finally got everything in the hospital bags. Like Liam's clothes had to go in there. I wanted to change of clothes for him in there, just in case I have a water birth or a messy birth, or, you know, he gets involved and needs to change. So that's sorted. I'm going to take everything downstairs so it's all ready to go soon, probably after I've done this video. Her room is no different, but I haven't filmed the room tour yet. I'm going to try and get that filmed again today or tomorrow, and then I'm not sure whether I'm going to be posting that next week. I know I keep saying that it'll be next week, but the way I'm thinking is that this is going to go up today, and then we'll have weekly vlogs at the weekend like we have been doing. And then if I get to next week, I'll have another update pregnancy wise, and maybe her room tour will go up after she's born. I'm not sure. It's a matter of when she comes as to when I get to post these things, but I'm going to try and get them filmed and edited and ready to go, and then they'll go up when they can go up. But you will be getting a room tour once it's ready at some point. We are yet to attach the co-sleeper to the bed. I think that's another job for either this afternoon or this evening or something. We're going to do that so I can get used to getting in and out of bed around it, because this thing is huge. Honestly, I thought they were small. This thing's massive. And what else have we got left to do? I think that's pretty much it. We've got to get the car MOT'd before she comes. Hopefully she doesn't make that tricky for us, because that's booked in on the 19th and she's due on the 22nd. I think that's pretty much it. We've got to fit the car seat and make sure we know how that goes in. Everything else is done. We are completely ready. I am so over being pregnant. Everything hurts. I just want to sit. I'm not feeling very productive with anything. It's got to the point where I want to do so much, but I can't do so much. So what can you do at this point in pregnancy? The question is she going to make us wait? Or is she going to come any day soon? Any day. Liam's in work in the office tomorrow, and Scout will be in school all day. So tomorrow again is one of those days where I'm thinking, is it going to happen tomorrow when I'm at home on my own? Who knows? We also have the fun aspect of my midwife being off from the 17th because it's her birthday week. So my midwife is gonna, if she's still around, if she's not off, she is going to come and sit with me if I want her to when I am labouring at home, just to help out a bit and make me feel a little bit more relaxed. So it's all a bit of ifs and buts at the moment as to when Lumi comes, what is actually going to happen when I go into labour. but it would be lovely if Lumi was born on my midwife's birthday, but obviously my midwife won't be available on her birthday. She'll probably be enjoying a gin or two, and I can't blame her. She's either gonna have to come before the 17th or after the 24th. She's back on the 24th because that's my next appointment. So that's 2 days after due date is my next midwife appointment. So that space, she's not allowed to come because Grace isn't around. But we'll see. We'll see whether she makes us wait or not. I'm not too sure. Predictions down below. So I'll leave it at that because I feel like I've rambled a lot today. The main thing this week was the whole name debacle. I can't believe that we were in that situation. I'm thankful that someone told us, and confused as to why no one else has noticed. Maybe we just haven't made her middle name known enough for someone to say, actually, you might not want to do that. But we know now. She has a very pretty name still. It's just not, it's not a porn star's name. But I'm going to show you the belly. It is massive. I feel huge. And then I'll see you next week. Alrighty, so this is, I'm actually in clothes, guys. Are you impressed? This is the belly for 38 and 5. So I'm 39 weeks on Saturday. 9 days to go. I feel huge. But from the front, she's very, very much here. Like all the way here round. I feel a lot of kicks here. Her bum sticks out up here. And my belly button's really unhappy. So this is what I'm dealing with. The stretch marks, they're getting pushed to their limits now. I'm feeling quite itchy and trying not to scratch. But yes, this is where we're at. I am feeling very pregnant. My poor tattoo as well. I'm gonna have to do something about this once I have my stomach back. But here she is. Hopefully soon she'll be here instead. So that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you are new to this channel and you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. The website link is down below as well if you want to check out the blog or the merch or anything like that Motherload UK related. It's all down there in the description box below. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in a few days time. I nearly got through that whole thing without fluffing up my words. Damn it. I will see you guys in a few days time with a new weekly vlog. Hope you're all really well, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.